Hello, today I'd like to discuss 3 pictures from my sportsfolio, how and why I took them and why I personally liked them. Our first image is from the London 2012 Paralympics. I was in the photographer's pit below the grandstand and head onto the 100-metre track. It was a gorgeous September day in a packed stadium. It was getting hot and the pit area was small and had a small work area to wire pitches. While setting up, I noticed that the track was developing a heat haze, and if I set the camera height at track height, I could see the surface bubble and rolling like water. The race featured the men's 100-metre T11 round. Blind athletes are assisted by a guide and linked at the wrist by a short flex cable. It's astonishing to see the bravery and trust that exists between the pairs of athletes. These guys run at full steam, in competition, unable to see. Honestly, it's humbling, admirable and inspiring. I was scheduled to cover the American team with David Brown and guide Roland Slade. Watching the heat haze gave me an idea, and I planned and tested that idea on the previous heat that morning. I began shooting this team straight out of the blocks 100 metres away. The final image for me is a perfect combination. David is the very picture of calm and complete concentration. Roland is bellowing out instruction and the finish line is looming fast. Neither athlete is in contact with the ground and the heat haze is a metaphor for water. I love this image. It conveys the heroic efforts of David, overcoming his disability in the ethereal by appearing to run on water. For me, the picture encapsulates the entire Paralympics. Extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. Very emotional. Such strength despite adversity is very powerful. Our second picture today features Usain Bolt's final 100-metre race at the 2017 World Athletics Championships. Usain had run his race and was making a lap of the stadium to sign autographs and meet the fans. The crowd were on their feet and the atmosphere was electric. From the photo position to the right of the finish line, I was hemmed in and a little too far away to chase into the crowd to get meaningful pictures. So holding position and with a long lens, I studied every move as he walked around the stadium and moved into the stands. Dozens of photographers came running in to capture his farewell. Security staff and hands reaching out, crowding all around, vying for pictures. As it got busier, I could see cameras being held high. The Hail Mary of photography. It might get a shot, it might not. The last resort where nothing could be seen. He stopped by a stand. He kept disappearing from view, but I could see the shape of an ellipse forming around an area where all the cameras were pointing and the spectators were looking. I could see glimpses as Usain reached out to sign autographs. When a gap opened, I caught a couple of good frames, and this is my favourite of those. I've always been a fan of pictures that have discovery. It's not immediately obvious what's going on in the image, but the clues are there. And it leads your eyes around the image to search, and in the middle of the picture is the legend Usain Bolt, beaming smile, hand outstretched, the very picture of a hero. The final picture today features a hill climb organised by the Beck Cycling Club every year. The course is along Titsy Hill. It's only 700 yards long but consistently steep, with a section at the end ramping up to 1 in 4. The agony, or dare I say the gurning on the faces of the riders that take part, make great pictures themselves, and spectators line the route cheering every rider. I love this shot. It was risky. With so many people in the road I couldn't see the rider approaching, hoping they would move away to frame the shot as I imagined it. I wanted a picture that told the whole story and the emotion of the event. So in capturing the winner, Jermaine Burton, the strain clear to see with pain on his face, powering his way to the peak of the hill and the finish line, surrounded by fans applauding the enormous effort and driving him on, excitement on their faces, leaning in to see, was a risk worth taking.